Sam Cahill is a dedicated Marine captain, a loving husband to his high school sweetheart, Grace, and a devoted father to their two daughters, Isabel and Maggie. His life seems perfect, a stable home, a strong sense of duty, and the admiration of his family. His younger brother, Tommy, couldn't be more different. Just released from prison for armed robbery, Tommy has spent years disappointing his family, especially their father, Hank, a stern Vietnam War veteran who has always favored Sam. While Sam is respected and responsible, Tommy is the troublemaker, the one who never seemed to find his path in life. Before leaving for his fourth deployment to Afghanistan, Sam shares tender moments with Grace and the girls, trying to reassure them that he will return. But soon after his departure, tragedy strikes. News arrives that Sam's helicopter has crashed over the water, and he is presumed dead. The loss devastates Grace and the children. Hank, though outwardly stoic, is shaken by the death of his good son. Meanwhile, Tommy, despite his past, feels the weight of responsibility fall on him. Though he was never close with Grace, he steps up to help, fixing up the house, spending time with Isabel and Maggie, and trying to be there for the family that never truly trusted him. At first, Grace is distant, still seeing Tommy as the reckless ex-convict he once was. But as weeks turn into months, she slowly begins to appreciate his efforts. Tommy becomes a source of comfort, not just for the girls, but for Grace as well. The grief they share brings them closer, and one night, emotions get the best of them. Sitting by the fire, they share a passionate kiss, a moment of weakness and longing. Immediately, they pull away, realizing their mistake. The guilt weighs heavy, and they agree to never let it happen again. While his family mourns, Sam is still alive, held prisoner in a remote mountain village. He and Private Joe Willis endure relentless torture at the hands of their captors, who aim to break their spirits. They are starved, beaten, and forced to record propaganda videos denouncing the U.S. military. As the days drag on, Joe begins to lose hope, but Sam fights to stay strong. However, the psychological torment reaches its peak when their captors make a horrifying demand. One of them must die. Sam is handed a lead pipe and ordered to kill Joe, or they will both be executed. With a gun to his head, Sam is left with no choice. In a moment of sheer agony, he beats Joe to death, his mind shattering with each blow. The man who once prided himself on honor and duty is now a broken shell of himself. Months later, Sam is rescued and finally returns home. But the man who walks through the door is not the same loving husband and father who left. He is cold, withdrawn, and haunted by the horrors of war. His family is overjoyed to have him back, but something is clearly wrong. Grace tries to reach him, but he barely speaks. At night, he suffers from intense nightmares, and during the day, he drifts through life in a paranoid daze. He avoids talking about his time in Afghanistan, and when Joe's widow asks how her husband died, Sam lies, unable to face the truth. His paranoia grows, and soon, he becomes convinced that Tommy and Grace had an affair while he was gone. Though Grace insists nothing happened, Sam's fragile mind refuses to let go of the idea. The tension finally erupts during Maggie's birthday party. Isabel, frustrated with her father's erratic behavior, lashes out in anger, telling him that Tommy and Grace were together while he was gone. Though she's just a child trying to hurt him, Sam believes every word. Rage takes over. He storms into the kitchen and begins destroying everything with a crowbar, tearing apart the very home that Tommy helped rebuild. When Tommy arrives to stop him, Sam pulls a gun on him, accusing him of betraying him. The situation spirals out of control as Sam, overwhelmed by pain and paranoia, turns the gun on himself. The family watches in horror as he holds the weapon to his own head, teetering on the edge of suicide. The police arrive, surrounding the house, and a tense standoff unfolds. Tommy, the brother who once lived in Sam's shadow, is now the one trying to save him. He pleads with Sam to put the gun down. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, Sam surrenders, collapsing in despair. Sam is admitted to a mental hospital, still consumed by guilt and unable to open up. Grace visits him, desperate to reach the man she once knew. She tells him that if he doesn't confront his pain, he will lose everything, her, their daughters, and any chance of healing. Faced with this ultimatum, Sam finally breaks down. He confesses the truth, the unbearable burden of being forced to kill Joe. In that moment, Grace holds him, offering the first glimpse of hope since his return. The film ends with a letter between husband and wife, read in voiceover. Sam questions whether he will ever be able to live a normal life again. Though the answer remains uncertain, there is a flicker of hope, a possibility that one day he might find peace. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this recap, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more movie recaps.